What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of what we like to call BTR, aka Beyond the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. My name is Retro Relapse, aka Fernando, and is with me as always on the ones and twos, holding it down with the BFF duties, is that mother lover, Randizzle, aka Randy. What to do, Randy, on a top rope Tuesday?
It is fantastic. Another great week and weekend of wrestling. But before we get into it, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on any major podcast platform. Watch, listen, and catch us at the socials at Beyond the Ropes Pod 210. Make sure to hit that little notification to get or to hit the bell, I should say, to get notified whenever we drop new episodes throughout the week. But
Please feel free to comment on anything and everything we throw out there. Shout out to one of our loyal listeners, Chris Fuentes, my homie there, always throwing up some of the good stuff or responding to some of the good stuff I've been throwing out there on Facebook lately. Uh, Definitely want to say what's up, and anybody and everybody who does comment, we definitely want to shout you guys out because we see you, we hear you, and we definitely want to talk more wrestling with you guys. So definitely comment it up, man. We love to hear it. We love to see it.
we like to interact. We love it, and usually we go live on Thursdays, but this week's a little special. Got little things going on, family stuff. But we're gonna go back live, and now that we've figured out the Facebook Live thing, Fernando will be running that special episode next week where we go live on Facebook and Twitch. But yes, what
Oh
a
shit,
surprise!
that's news to me.
It's news. It's news, and we've learned every time I do it, it runs super slow. But I live out.
Yes,
I
so
live out in the
I'm
sticks.
gonna try it since I have the more localized, centralized internet
Yeah. So hey,
interwebs.
bear with us as we start inching our way towards being live on YouTube. That will be the ideal situation we're getting there. And so we'll
Yes.
dual stream YouTube and Facebook coming soon. We're getting rounded up on getting this merch out, hats, shirts, stickers. I'm looking at some keychains, looking at some buttons. So
Bottle openers and koozies.
I think koozies should probably be up in priority since we drink a lot.
Yeah,
And I'm
you're
pretty sure
damn
everyone who
right.
listens is also a avid drinker.
Hey, but even if you're not, you can still put your bottle of water in there and keep it nice and cool because
That's
it's
right.
going to get hot. The summer's getting hot. WrestleMania season's getting hot. Let's get into what we got going on today, Randy. Talk
Yeah.
to me, bud.
I mean, I
Let me
know you.
talk to you.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you something. I think one of the biggest stories coming into WrestleMania season is this a low blow, people might say or might call it, that CM Punk threw. The verbal low blow he gave to Roman Reigns. And granted, and you know that I am not a big CM Punk fan. I appreciate CM Punk.
Your
I'm
hands
not a big
are
fan.
too short to box with God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what I'm getting to is I'm not a big fan. But you know, Roman Reigns came talking all this shit, and CM Punk had a rebuttal. People were expecting. CM Punk has been very, we'll call him a Boy Scout lately since he's been back in WWE, right? I'm so happy to be home. Blah 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 blah. And he's
He's
been doing great
playing it.
work.
Let's put the cards out where they lie. He's playing it safe. He hasn't been very super vocal. He has been some, but he's been playing it safe. But playing the crowd and playing the politics. Am I right?
Yes,
He's
you gotta be politic.
jumping through the hoops, getting key caliber matches. He got the championship back through all the terrain that's been going on, but he hasn't been CM Punk, has he?
I'll give you this. He's never not been CM Punk. He's just been more reserved CM Punk, which is
Mhm.
okay. Which is totally okay because you gotta play the game, right? Triple
Yeah.
H said it best. It's time to play the game, and it's what it is. So CM Punk did what CM Punk did, and I think people, because he's been a Boy Scout, people have forgot who Mr. Phil Brooks, CM Punk really is. He calls himself the best in the world because he believes he is, and many do believe that he is one of the best in-ring performers in his generation, and he's maybe top three on the mic, hands down. in the world of wrestling in general. The only other two people I'd put up there that are still active would be MJF and possibly The Miz when he has opportunity to talk.
Hmm.
You could have said The Rock at some point. You could have said John Cena, but they're no longer active, so we're going to keep them out of it. So probably top three, probably closer to number one spot than not. But people again. I think what's that shit? Fuck around and find out, right? Roman Reigns talked some shit, and CM Punk told him, "Hey, guess what? I'm gonna bury you." And mind you, if you're not familiar, telling someone you're gonna bury them in wrestling means you're gonna fucking kill their character, you're gonna fucking blow their spot up, you're gonna expose them for being weak on the mic, being weak in the match, whatever the case may be. But he just took a next step further and said, you know what, I'm gonna bury you next to your dad, who has and who recently, within the past year, just passed away. So I
He's
think it
like,
stings a
the
little
way he
more.
told him, he's like, "You're all alone. You don't have your cousins anymore, the bloodline. You don't have your wise man anymore. You've got nobody. But it's okay because I'm gonna bury you, and you're not gonna be alone. So I'm gonna bury you right next to your father." Like, fuck.
And you got to see it two ways, right? People, again, because
Oh,
people forgot
gave me
how
heartburn.
how CM Punk, what an asshole CM Punk is, because he needs to be.
Yes.
People forgot, and he kind of reminded them. And yesterday was a nice transition, and I say it like that because if you watched Monday Night Raw, the Usos came out and he was talking to them, and they just pretty much said it straight up. We need you to apologize. We don't care about Roman. We need you to apologize. And then CM Punk, instead of apologizing, just doubled down and said, "Dude, I'm sorry that Roman Reigns has brainwashed you. I'm sorry that you think your dead uncle can hear you in the past lives and past life. I don't know what you think is gonna happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the fans for Roman Reigns making you think and making you believe that he gives a fuck about you. Because why am I gonna be held accountable to apologize for something I said when Roman Reigns told Cody Rhodes that Dusty Rhodes is dead and he's irrelevant, and so is Cody Rhodes. But no one said, "Hey, Roman Reigns, you need to apologize." So guess what?
Yeah.
Fuck you. In so many words, fuck you. Fuck your cousins. Fuck your family. Fuck your dreams.
But don't take it away that he did shake their hand in the beginning before he went all in and actually shook their hands and apologized, said, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." And they accepted it. So you can't say he didn't say he apologized. They kept demanding an apology and he gave it to him. "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." He shook both of their hands, dabbed both of them up. Great. And then he went in again.
And again, and I brought this up last week or maybe the week before. We were talking about this possibly being the main event on Sunday, and it still looks like it might be. You just never know, right? Wrestling's wrestling. Card subject to change, but
Correct.
I think it changed. It turned an angle, right? Because CM Punk, real diehard like Fernando CM Punk fans have been waiting for this CM Punk, right? CM Punk has always been a tweener. Always. He's good because people love him because of his wrestling and his abilities and his ability on the mic. But CM Punk is a better heel, like a true heel. But WWE CM Punk we haven't got CM Punk heel. We got CM Punk still cocky, still shit talker, which is fine. But he's bordering on this tweener. Like, you want to hate Roman Reigns because he is a part timer. Because and I hate this. I it hurts me to say this, but everything CM Punk said wasn't a lie. He told the truth. He's like Drew McIntyre. He told the truth, right? And the truth hurts sometimes.
Can I bring an AEW reference in?
Go ahead.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Exactly. Right. So tell me when I'm telling lies. And he wasn't. It's just the fact that, again, this is a WWE product, and you could hear it
Yeah.
in the crowd yesterday when they were asking for an apology, and then he hit it with the, "Well, I'm sorry that Roman Reigns," and everyone's like, "Oh, come on, man! Like, just fucking say it." Like, you crossed the line. Even his fans and more of the casual WWE fans man, I mean, you talk about someone's dead, you're gonna get hit on the spot. That's usually the way it goes. In just in the world, in the world of life, you don't talk shit about someone's parents, especially good parents. I mean, not the shitty parents, but
You're gonna get a reaction, and the genuine reaction was what Jay Uso did. Jay pushed Punk because he didn't want to hit him because that's his boy. Backstage, they're boys, and Jay and Punk were on the circuit doing the whole Christmas stuff, all that kind of stuff. Dancing and everything, overseas stuff. So Jay didn't want to hit Punk, so Jay just shoved him. But then Jimmy
Jimmy,
said, Jimmy said,
uh
"Now
uh,
fuck that." And
uh.
fucking one good right hand to get Punk on the floor.
But you know what? This is fantastic, and this is fantastic for numerous reasons. Because now you give, even though they don't have to be together, you give the Usos something,
Hmm.
right? Yes, they're tag teams, but they're floundering. They really are.
Yeah,
You give Roman Reigns are they gonna be the Bloodline again? Are they
aren't
just
they the champions right now?
yeah, they're tag team champs.
They didn't even carry the belts with them.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. That is indication that they're gonna lose it. All right, in my eyes, in my eyes. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, it's good because it's gonna become a will they won't they, because I can see this happening next week when Roman Reigns is live in San Antonio, right? Where he's gonna say, yeah, I got my cousins with me, and they're like, whoa, 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 motherfucker. It could go two ways. Yeah, we got Roman's back, or two, whoa, 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 motherfucker. We're only defending our uncle because he's like our dad, because we're like brothers. It doesn't mean we're with you. It could go a lot of ways because
So
they've really separated themselves from him on
right.
purpose. So it
So
could go
a
that way.
question to you here on this subject. They're putting out there, or they're promoting that Roman Reigns will be live on Raw with the
Hmm.
rebuttal, possibly, but he'll be live here in San Antonio. Great, March 16th, 316 day. Don't forget, and we'll get into that a little bit. But does CM Punk show up?
Well, CM Punk is technically a fighting champ. Why not? Because he said it in his promo. I'm sorry that I have to tell you this instead of your cousin. He said it. He told him, "Hey, I'd much rather have talked Roman face to face." But you came out because he doesn't give a fuck about you or the fans or this company. If he did, he would be here. We'd be talking, and we'd be fucking just ironing it out, calling it a day. But we're not.
Mhm.
So my assumption is, and this is just watching wrestling for years and years and years, is that they're gonna play into it because this is what's selling the story. In reality, there's not really a big storyline. Roman Reigns said what he said the week before. It was a verbal battle 2 weeks ago. CM Punk had to rebuttal without him here, and they just drew in the Usos to have another fucking Samoan in the ring with him, right? Because I said it last week. The Samoans run deep. You talk about one, you talk about all of them. I'm
Pretty
I'm
much.
I'm waiting to see fucking Jacob Fatu and Solo fucking magically appear somewhere, just because, not because they have Roman Reigns back, but you don't talk about the family. I'm waiting for The Rock to make a big old fucking spectacle of it online, because he won't show up, but he will talk shit on fucking Twitter, you know? That's my assumption and that helps the story build it up, build it up, and build it up. So we have to stay tuned and wait because I think there was a pivot somewhere. I'm thinking that this is always the storyline, but I'm not sure I'm pretty sure they weren't sure how they were going to get to the next level, and they took it
Hmm.
with the dead father stuff, and that always works because it worked
Yeah.
with Cody. It worked with Cody and Roman Reigns. Hey, Dusty Rhodes, I loved him. He loved me more than he loved you. I was the son he never had, but
Hmm.
he's still irrelevant and he's dead. And he was more
Yeah.
proud of me before he died than he was of you. Shit like that, right? So this story is heating up, and this is just one of the matches that's in the WrestleMania.
Hmm.
We got the other story that's popping up. I want to get into Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton.
That's your other big match that's going to happen at Mania.
Yes, and I think I said it last week. It's There's a lot more meat on the bone, if you will say, because they have a very long history with Dusty, all starting with Dusty Rhodes introducing Cody Rhodes to Randy Orton, saying, "Hey Randy, this is my son. I need you to take him under your wing."
Hmm.
Then there was Legacy.
Yeah.
Then there was this whole "I hate you, I don't hate you. You taught me everything you need." And Cody Rhodes has been on record many years, many times saying, I don't hate Cody Rhodes. I don't hate Cody. I don't hate Randy Orton. Randy Orton helped me make my first $1 million. So he knows
Yeah.
that. He knows the business. He knows how to get there. And Randy Orton is chasing number 15. Right now, him and Triple H are tied at 14. Then there's
Hmm.
the 15 that hasn't been touched yet. It's vacant. Then you have Ric Flair's 16, and of course you have the never seen 17, John
Damn
Cena.
right.
If Randy Orton has 5 good more years in him, even maybe 10, depending on how his schedule is, he could
Hmm.
possibly at least hit Flair's and tie Flair's, which is still a fantastic record, or
Yep.
maybe he can tie John Cena's.
Do
I
you
don't see him
think?
beating it. I don't see him beating it, but I see him at least tying it to
Do you
be
think Triple
Cole.
H would let him tie Cena? That way, it's not just one holding 17.
I think two. I think yes, because they would be two full-blown WWE guys. Randy Orton
Hmm.
never went anywhere else. John Cena
Hmm.
never went anywhere else. Ric Flair held 16 championships in different organizations, all world heavyweight championships, but the NWA, WCW, WWF. He's held it
So there,
everywhere.
so there's a possibility, and you're, I think you're onto something with this that we're never going to see this again, are we?
God no. And you're never gonna see it. It's too hard the way the stories are brought out. Like they're too long played that you could maybe win twice in 1 year. Maybe, and that's a big maybe. And if you stay on top and the crowd loves you and the fans love you, because they're starting to do it with Cody. Cody has it 3 times
Yeah,
in 2 years.
it's not a bad deal.
It's not a bad deal, and he's still young enough to at least maybe go 10 years. At the very least, 10 years. There's a possibility he would get close, but because Cody Rhodes started AEW, they won't let him get close to Randy Orton or close to John Cena. So let's
Yeah.
just be realistic. So I think this is something you're just never gonna see, and because you have the opportunity to make it a much watch, and Randy Orton having the opportunity to make number 15, and then depending on how the years go, 16, maybe even 17. I think this is the last time. You better buckle up, enjoy everything, DVR, and fucking save shit on your hard drive because you might never see this ever again, ever. Because I can tell you right now, every new person coming out and the way that they run wrestling shows and storylines,
Hmm.
there is no young up and comer who I can see winning 16, 17 times at all. Right now, at least right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You're lucky to get to five, honestly.
again, the way the storylines are going, yeah, you'd be lucky if you get 5, and those 5 are going to be scattered throughout your whole career.
Hmm.
Your whole career. If you've got 10, 15 year, look at AJ Styles, 10-year career, held the belt, the heavyweight, 3 times, 3 times,
Three.
3 times in 10 years. That's hard, and that's AJ Styles. AJ Styles is better than wrestler than 95% of those people on the roster.
But then you also have to realize who was in charge most of the time of those 10 years. You had
Yes.
someone who I wouldn't say wanted to bury him, but he wanted to showcase him enough that the crowd got behind him that he could make sales, he could make people fill the seats, but he wasn't big enough to be that champion, that contender up there, which is total bullshit because he is and then some. But I think it was just him being able to have that. You know what? I have your biggest guy that you've had worldwide, and he's got the belt, and now he got no more. But I gave you what you wanted for a little bit, and that's it. You're welcome. And that's kind of shitty. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty shitty, based off of the gentleman who was running it before, who was more family friendly, more venturous with his product compared to who's running and holding it now. Because now it's what it's about the money holding stakes. It's about filling the seats and doubling the sales because not only
Yes.
are they trying to pad their pockets, but they're trying to pad someone else's at the same fucking time.
Yeah, it's about asses and seats, numbers on the fucking ratings, and how many fucking tickets are sold. And that's just the truth of it all. So, and AJ Styles unfortunately didn't fit the
Hmm.
mold of the typical big body, super muscular, 6'5", 6'6" wrestler. But he was a champion. Clearly, he still had
Right.
all the attributes of a fucking
He
champion.
had all the moves and then some to make it that he was one of the best in the world and to be showcased in the best wrestling company. in the world to be able to do things. So
Did you
it's
ever
just
see
sad that he didn't get that.
did you ever see Paul Heyman put him over saying you gave and this is when he was a champion and Brock Lesnar was a champion, it was brand versus brand, and he told Paul Heyman told AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar was there. He goes, you know, you gave him the best fucking match he's ever had in his life.
Yeah,
And Brock Lesnar's like, dude, I thank you. I know I think he got over, but it's because AJ Styles allowed him to get over. He's like, you
mhm,
out wrestled me. I'm bigger. I'm more dominant as far as a force, but you out wrestled me. Like you could have beat me at any time. And he's like, hey man, business is business. It's about making money at the end of the day.
exactly. At the end
So
of the day, that's right.
so I think with the to pull it right back, I think this 15, number 15 possibly for Randy Orton is a big deal, and it could become the Sunday main event. I don't know. I mean, the Punk and the fucking Reigns drama could really push it to that next level, but the story and the meat on the bone with the Cody Rhodes and the Randy Orton story is a fucking big thing also with the 15 and history. It's history.
I still see it, and I agree with the history. I still see it at either way. It's a win. If Cody and Orton fucking headline Saturday, it's not second place. They had their time and their day. It's just everybody wants the top main spot because main event level, this is it. But they still hold Roman Reigns so high, even though he's a fucking part timer, that they're gonna push him to be the main event of everything because that's your ticket seller.
I think with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, granted, obviously we don't know, we're not in the back, but I don't think they'd politic hard enough to be like, hey, we have to be Sunday. I think they're team players, especially Randy Orton. They're just team players, and they're gonna be like, hey, just I'm okay with Saturday. I'm okay with main event and Saturday. I'm okay with being the top spot. Hell, we probably okay being number one spot, and then I can go home early with my wife, and my kids. I don't know.
I've got a little butterfly in my ear telling me that there's going to be more drama, possibly with Punk and Reigns after everything's done compared to Cody and Orton. That one's just going to be more of a celebration of them holding each other up. We're friends. It's all good. La di da. Love each other. But there's still going to be more drama that's going to happen afterwards.
I, I
God forbid I say the word final boss comes out and, and ruins it because Lord have mercy, I would don't want to see that. But there's going to be some family drama that's going to end up happening afterwards.
I think the only thing that's going to turn the key for Cody and Randy Orton is you know that Randy Orton has one look away from being the heel. But could
Hmm.
this be the Cody heel turn where he pushes them too far? Does Sami Zayn cost? Because they've been interjecting Sami Zayn a lot, and we haven't
Hmm.
seen him. We know about the Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. That's going to be its own story now because it cost him and he helped them. But the Sami Zayn and the way he talked, the way Randy Orton told him, hey, just listen to the voices. Or Cody Rhodes bitching at him saying, "Hey man, I'm not the one who lost the fucking qualifying match. You did. Look in the mirror. You're the one who fucking sucks."
But
So,
at the same token, there's a lot of people that just don't care about Sami Zayn and his interjections.
but where's the
It,
WrestleMania next year?
uh, Saudi Arabia. So okay. So I don't see it playing a big part during Mania. I see it playing a big part after Mania where it starts the long short not the short fuse but the long slow fuse to get him to go out to Saudi Arabia and then be something or do something from there.
No, like I'm saying, I'm not saying that that's the main factor on the Cody Randy, but I'm saying you just haven't. They haven't paid off that story. That's what I'm talking about. They haven't paid off that story, so it's gonna come down to at the end of the day. You like you said, the fans are gonna win. It doesn't matter who's Sunday, who's Saturday. We're gonna watch both days anyway. We're gonna watch both days, and whether fucking Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes kick off the night, or the end the night, or the women start the night, or end the night, or Roman Reigns and them start or end the night, it doesn't matter.
I think it would be smart that they have the women's championship matches to start off both nights because that's going to showcase them and put a whole bunch of eyes, especially having everybody right in front of everything.
Yeah, I mean, if what did they say? If you're not fucking first, you're last, right? It's either you want to be first or you want to be last.
Ricky
That's it.
Bobby.
Yeah, you want to be first or you want to be last. That's really it. You want to either start the show and you're gonna set the tone for the rest of the show, or you're gonna be the main event and you have to deal with everyone being tired, yelling, of all these other matches like going crazy. Like the crowd fatigue is a real thing. When I was there at WrestleMania, Dude, I was fucking tired by fucking match 4. I was like, oh my god,
Mhm.
yelling like the suspense, the like your adrenaline of fucking watching it, like especially when you're invested in the stories, it's something else. But the good thing is, and the crazy thing is, Monday specifically more than Friday Night SmackDown, but Monday Night Raw, they started to set up some stories. Starting to set up some stories, right?
Of
Because
course.
you had, well, was that SmackDown? I was thinking Damian Priest and fucking Ron Killings just became number one contenders,
Hmm.
right? You had that. You had Kyrie and
You
Asuka.
don't forget one of the biggest stories that's going on right now is that Finn got kicked out of the Judgment Day, and that's leading up to possibly Finn versus Dom for just bragging rights of anything to see who's a better wrestler. We all know it's Finn, but he got that beat down. He got the Judgment Day kick out beat down.
Yeah, they wrote his ass out. They wrote him out. That's what happens when you're friends with Punk. We won't
It's
be
crazy.
friends anymore.
It's crazy because it started off with just Dom, and then everyone's like looking, and then JD kind of separated, and then Dom went back at it again, and then he's on the ground. Then the girls got in, and JD said "fuck it," and they just rolled his ass. It's like fuck, oh, you got kicked out of your shit.
I was surprised that JD didn't side with him, but I get it. I get it because it would make more sense if Dom still had the belt, but he doesn't.
Hmm.
He
He doesn't.
doesn't.
He's blaming Finn for losing it because he wasn't there to support him and be there with him, and that's why Penta's your new IC champion.
Well, he stopped JD from helping him with the
Hmm.
chair. So he's like, no, no, no. He said he wanted to do it by himself. Let him do it by himself.
Hmm.
Shit like that. So I, I feel bad for Finn. I feel like he should be on. Unfortunately, I know he doesn't have the star power as far as WWE is concerned, but he should be fighting for a championship. He and Drew Mag, even a mid card belt, United States in an IC belt, and maybe that'll still happen. Maybe that'll still happen. Maybe it'll scramble. Maybe Penta will put a ladder match for the fucking IC belt. I would love to see it.
I
Whatever,
don't
right?
see Penta losing it anytime soon. He's got too much. Uh,
It's got fanfare. Yeah, that ain't
there you go.
happening. Yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
was looking for.
yeah.
He's got too much of the fans behind him. Did you see that one story that I shared on our Facebook page? There was a little boy,
Oh, in Mexico,
3
yeah.
years old, and he was dressed up like Penta, and he was out there. He's a little Mexican boy, speaks Spanish or Brazilian, one of the two. Either way, he's out there selling little candies because he wanted to buy a Penta figure. Well, I guess somebody saw what was going on, and he got the invite over to the gym where Penta was at, and Penta surprised him. And he went and he bought some candies, and the little boy was shocked. He's like, "What?" Like, no, this is somebody dressed up like him. He's like, no, I'm Penta. And he gave him the figure that he was trying to buy, the Defining Moments one, gave him another figure. He gave him an autograph picture, took pictures with him, spent time with him, talked to him, and just gave him that that superstar fucking make a wish love that, you're you got to actually see it film because it's crazy that they don't show a lot of the make a wish stuff. They show more of just like, like a little video clip or whatever, but this video
They
showed
want to respect the
everything.
family on the Make a Wish. They want
Yeah,
to respect the family.
which is I totally understand, and you never want to cross those boundaries. But it was just beautiful to see the interaction the kid had with them, and how impressed that Penta was with that little boy because he was 3 years old, spoke very fluent sentences. He couldn't read yet. He gave him a hat that says "Cero Miedo" on it, sparkly and everything. He couldn't read yet, but he was speaking clear sentences and hustling like Penta did, and that touch that pulled on some heartstrings with Penta, and he's like, "I won this belt for you, and one day you're gonna have it," kind of thing. And beautiful fucking story, man. Beautiful story. You don't hear enough of those anymore. You always hear the doom and gloom about a lot of things that go on and happen in this fucking world. But beautiful things like that is exactly why we are fucking fans, man. Because you always want to see that person that you respect, that you fucking love, that you pay your hard-earned money to go watch and just fucking wrestle. Whether win, lose, or draw, you back him up 110 fucking percent. And for that little boy with 3 years old with his little mask, and I'm selling chiclets, little candies and stuff. And Penta's like, nah, dude, I'll fucking buy your whole thing and I'll buy your family, dude.
There's the firm answer, but to your point, like a lot of the luchadors, not only in WWE but CMML, AAA, and even AEW say that Penta is pretty much the best luchador in the world right now. And there's a lot of competition
Hmm.
because Mascara Dorado, badass.
Yep.
Fucking Laredo Kid, badass.
Mm-hmm.
His brother Wade Phoenix, badass. Rey Mysterio,
Mm-hmm.
badass. Right? There's
Roosh.
Rouge, Echiceto, like dude, there's fucking so many
Fuck,
good.
Echiseto's a fucking madman, dude. Echiseto is a fucking madman. I say
Yeah,
it twice because it's that fucking true.
yeah. And so what I'm saying, like
Commander. Commander is a
Commander,
motherfucker, dude.
run the
Oh,
ropes, like dude, these. But for all of them, for him to have the respect of people not only in this company but in AEW and New Japan and all the Mexico companies, like that tells you how good of a fucking wrestler you are. But to have him have that story with that little kid because he did the hustling and he did all the fucking the same thing this
did
kid's
you
doing.
did you ever watch the Lucha Brothers story on Vice TV?
Yes, I did.
This was not, and this wasn't behind, not the, what is it, the
Dark Side of the Ring. It was not Dark Side of the
it
Ring. Yeah.
wasn't Dark Side. This was just they happened to be filming luchadors and made a fucking thing about Mexico wrestling and stuff, and they showed Penta and fucking Phoenix fighting in the streets of Mexico at the stoplight where you have, if you watch the lights, you time that shit. It's about maybe 190 seconds, 120 seconds at the fucking light, minute and a half, 2 minutes, depending on how the lights run, and they have an all out war where they're fucking tornillos and fucking arm drags. They even bring out a fucking ladder and a chair and do some shit, and then fucking they're there with their hat. Once it's over, they know, okay, fuck, I got 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Let me pull out my hat and see if I can get some change before these people go. And people, of course, you got a couple extra fucking pesos you can give them fucking so they can get some bread or some shit. They give it to them, but son of a bitch, dude, doing that in the streets and now look at it on the fucking day, dude. That is a hell of a fucking story, man.
And that shit right there, that shit got their timing. You know it did. They fucking had timing. They can time those fucking matches. They can they can maximize their minutes and their time.
Mm-hmm.
And from going from there to being the biggest wrestling company in the world, and we both know that AEW threw a lot of money at them to keep them.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, they did all this just to fucking have a chance in
It's
WWE.
one thing when you're in the smaller big company. It's another thing when you're in the global phenomenon. And who does not want to be? I would rather be this. I would rather be the fucking the hair on the nutsack of the big company than the fucking mole of the face of the little company, because no matter what, you're there.
Yeah.
WWE is a global phenomenon, and that is the main goal for everyone. And it sucks no matter how much everybody talks shit about the product. We talk shit about the product. When you have that you're part of that fucking contract and you're doing that, they ain't no touching you, dude.
Yeah,
It carries weight.
it's the reach, right? Like you said, it's a global reach, and him being able to be in Mexico, to be in Germany, to be in Japan, to be in Taiwan, to be Italy, to be in France, like, dude, that's something that they probably dreamed of, and and they were global superstars already. Him and Ray Phoenix were always
Oh yeah.
but it's a different reach, right? Because guess what? I didn't hear about Rev Pro until AEW made a big thing about it because Mercedes when they had the belt and Will Ospreay came from there, right? But
It was an independent
independent, but
England fucking company.
yeah, but I didn't hear about it until that. So that tells you like the reach, right? Because we're not casuals, but I'm not gonna pretend that I fucking know every Japanese wrestler or
Ah, fuck,
every
I
fucking luchador.
can't pronounce
No.
half their names. How am I supposed to know them all?
Exactly. So
I can't even
I
pronounce their food.
yeah no shit. I don't even order Chinese food. I know pizza and spaghetti. But
Spaghetti.
what I'm getting at is, so you have that story to Judgment Day, but and that could be the next match in the WrestleMania.
Here's one for you, and this is one that
Wait, wait,
kind
wait,
of
wait, 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 because you talked about Penta. Who's gonna fight Penta?
we don't know yet.
That story hasn't been built out yet, huh?
I think it's gonna be a. I'm gonna put it out there. Three-way match, triple threat. Penta versus El Grande Americano versus El Original Grande Americano.
I was gonna say that if but I'll say this: if the Dom and Finn story don't really pan out, they'll make Dom say, "There's a rematch," and interject him, and then Finn cost them that match, and it become a triple threat for three big stars: Penta, Finn, and Dom to be in a
That'd be
match.
good.
If they can't really solidify that singles match between Dom and Finn, that's the next best route to just throw him in with Penta.
Yeah.
But I think I'm not. You're not too far off with the Gran
Hmm.
Americano and the Original Gran Americano. So
Hmm. I mean, because those guys are already at each other's throats. It's going to be a mask for mask kind of thing, but they also want the IC belt too. So, I mean, they want to fight Penta. Obviously, well, if we watch this past Monday Night Raw, it was supposed to be the original Americano versus Penta, but Danhausen cursed him, and apparently the Rayo and the other dude fucking beat him up backstage, and Grande came out, which is, we all know who that is, and ended up fighting Penta, but Penta won and was a solid win, kept the belt, and that's pushing on that storyline. So you could go either way. I mean, it really does depend on which way they want to swerve it. If they want to keep it with Dom and Finn, or if they're just going to keep it with the Luchadors, which either way is still going to be good TV.
it's gonna be good to be. And I want to touch on this because of the way he was brought in, but the way he has been being utilized. Fucking Danhausen, dude. The interaction between him and the
You
Miz,
are cursed.
him and the Miz, he goes, you're gonna help me. You're gonna mentor me, and I want you to make me champ. And I also want my own show. And he's like, no, no,
It,
no, 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 no.
it
He's like,
listed demands.
he goes, no. You saw what happened to Dom on Monday, right? I love that
Hmm.
you could. And I know his introduction to WWE wasn't the best. The booze, the what, like confusion, but that shit turned real quick on Monday. It turned on Saturday, and it's happened again on this Monday. So he is
Hmm.
going to be a key component where he might be a lot of backstage and not maybe wrestling, but it's going to help evolve. I think with him, they're gonna use him as a catalyst to change stories
Yep,
to make things make sense, right? It's
because
not
you
going to
got
make sense
cursed
right
by
now. And you're like,
Danhausen.
oh, you know what? Hey, guess what? Hey, Danhausen, I need you to go talk to Nia Jax and Last Legend because we need to take the belt for them, but we need it to make sense. Hey, Last Legend, will y'all be my baddies? Can I be part of the baddies? And they'll be like, we're not Jade Cargill. And he'll be like, I curse you. And then he loses the belts. Like you're gonna be able to make it make sense a lot.
Hmm.
And I want to see what happens when they give him an opportunity at the grandest stage of them all to give a big curse or do
Yeah,
whatever, dude? It could be
yeah,
something very. It could be something very, very cool. It could be. I know they're keeping it a serious tone, but I like to just play devil's advocate real quick. If fucking because him and CM Punk are best friends, and he curses Roman Reigns, and they just interject him like in a funny little way, but I don't think it's gonna happen because it's too serious. But it'd be pretty funny if it
it would be. Or
did.
he jumps in and helps out AJ Lee.
That too. He
Because
curses Becky Lynch.
if you've seen some of of how great friends they are, and some of the pictures they have where they're all backstage or whatever, it's like he's like their illegitimate son.
Yeah, he really is.
Hmm. So, what? And speaking of AJ Lee, that's the one I wanted to touch on. I thought her defending the title, or they were going to save her defending the title for WrestleMania, but because we have so many weeks of wrestling ahead of us, and I say it like this because it sucks that you have nothing in between to build up for. You're just playing long play stories to get there. This coming Monday, was it nice little 6 days from now when they're in San Antonio? AJ Lee, there was a 6 woman battle royal, not battle royal, gauntlet match, which saw Bailey win. Let me pull up the card, or at least the women that were part of that. Um, because it was star studded. It really was. And to see that you had this many women in there and one came out on top to fight, it's like okay, but at the same token, like they're going at it pretty quick. They're going at it pretty quick. You had Bailey, Lyra Valkyria, Big Mommy Cool, Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, and Io Sky. Oh, and Ivy Nile. So the fact that these women were going at it to fight for the number one contendership for Intercontinental Championship is pretty crazy this soon.
They
And the
have
fact
to.
that
You have to.
of course, you want to push the story, but see, that's where I think it's going to make sense for um, an open challenge to happen at WrestleMania with AJ. I don't think they're
It's not gonna
gonna.
be a bad thing. It's not gonna be a bad
I don't
idea.
think they're gonna push. They're pushing Bailey to have her in something, but I don't think Bailey's gonna beat AJ on Monday. This is a run it back 10 years match because the last time that Bailey and um, AJ fought was in NXT and AJ Lee was NXT champion. So I would hope they don't put it on Bailey right away. Bailey would be deserving of holding on to the IC belt because you want to keep prestigious names holding the title to keep it prestigious, but push AJ all the way to WrestleMania and give her a moment with it. Because the last time she had a WrestleMania moment with the championship was with the butterfly belts, and it's sad for the women that you had that belt to represent you when you have these beautiful, wonderful new championships that you can really fight for to show that these women fucking kick ass.
I,
So
I'm in the line with you, and I think we talked about this off air. I think she retains, and she has an open challenge at WrestleMania, and lo and behold, whose house? Not Swerve's house, Paige's house.
this is my house.
I think that could be a fucking holy fucking shit moment.
This is my
And look at the and look at the
house.
belts she's holding in that fucking toy. She has the Divas and the NXT Women's Championship belt. So it is very, very plausible because if you watch, if you or you subscribe or you follow Soraya, she is currently training for something. No one knows what. We know she's not in AEW. She knows we asked for her release, and everyone thought maybe she'd make a return to Rumble, but she hasn't. So you might be saving her for the biggest show of them all. You
Still
really
mad I
might.
didn't get a fucking autograph on that damn toy, but I'm gonna get it. I'm
But
gonna
you just,
get it.
but you never know. Like she truly could be the surprise entrance and run that fucking shit back. That's a bigger deal. That's a bigger deal. That's a bigger deal. But since we're on the women's and we're talking about the IC champion, let's talk about fucking Stephanie McCurry and fucking Liv Morgan and
Oh
that
my
build
god,
up
that is getting hot.
for multiple reasons.
Yes.
Multiple reasons. But that shit, that's like a cat fight. People truly, and I like that I love that WWE is allowing their international stars to cut promos in their language. It really adds because you might not know 100%, but you can hear the passion. You can hear the fucking like anger or fucking joy or whatever the case may be. You can hear it, and then they kind of translate it a little bit for the obviously the crowd. But
Hmm.
that match, I think, could be the sleeper. It really
Yeah.
could because Liv Morgan, she's been playing the sidekick in the Judgment Day. She's always been a leader, but she's playing the sidekick to everybody in the Judgment Day because she had been hurt and just making her way back, staying healthy for the big show.
Hmm.
And Stephanie McCoy has been tearing it up since she made her debut in NXT. I think this is going to be one of the sleeper matches that fucking surprise people, and they're going to put a legit banger on. And I think the best part of this particular match is I don't care who wins. It's going to be a good match, whoever wins. And I think whoever either retains or becomes a new champion, the story writes it fucking self. It
The
just
only
writes
the
itself.
only one that wins are the tissues.
Heyo!
Jurgen
I would love to, I would love to
the
tell you,
Gurgen.
yeah, I would love to tell you that we can get into this match, but there's not a lot to say other than the buildup is there.
Hmm.
The animosity between the two wrestlers, it's there, and I think that story truly is a hands down, start to finish, true wrestling match. It is
Yep.
a neat story. It's about I'm the contender, you're the challenger. Fuck you. No, 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 no. Fuck you. Let's find out who's the best.
Hmm.
That's it.
I've seen where how you grew up with all the best stuff, and I had a fucking scratch claw my way out of hell, doing what I had to do to be where the fuck I'm at right now. And you don't know what I went through. Just because you came through hell doesn't mean I didn't fall from heaven to fucking be here with you.
Dude, and they're hitting these promos and they're doing these vignettes and they're having these sit downs. Like, it's really building up the story. Like I said, this is a
Yes.
true start to finish wrestling match. And I love to see it because the women don't really have wrestling matches. They have story buildups a lot of times, right? Because, and I want to just kind of parlay this to the Jade Cargill Rhea Ripley story.
Yep.
right? I loved the interaction. Rhea Ripley's like, Jade Cargill's like, dude, I respect you. You're a fucking awesome champion, but you're not as good as me. And then Rhea Ripley turned around and said, hey, look, you look phenomenal, but those muscles are for fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm fucking built for war.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the fucking Twitter exchange between Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. And I don't know how Chelsea Green got dragged in the mud just by saying, "Hey, I love Rhea Ripley," blah blah blah. And Jay Cargill's like, "Sit your ass down, bitch." And then Piper Niven's like, "Whoa, bitch, I can out wrestle you and I have a fucking broken neck. You ain't shit. If I met you in the ring, I would beat your ass so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get it twisted. You are glamour. I am the fucking muscle." And you talking
Yep.
to Rhea Ripley, and that's the story between Rhea Ripley and Jay Cargill. Jay Cargill is gonna get tested,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this is a tough situation because she can and probably will be exposed
Yeah.
on the fucking grandest stage of them all.
And
So
that sucks.
I think if I was the booker, Jay Cargill has always looked strong with an entourage. I think BFAB, Meechin, join her. Because they need something. Because Meechin's going to fight her this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Meechin's fighting her this Friday for the belt. But we know that's just a warm up match. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. It's a warm up. She's not going to lose the belt before Melanie. Who wants to see Meechin versus
If
fucking
you
Rhea
can't,
Ripley?
it's gonna come to the classic. If you can't beat them, join them.
Join them. Exactly. So I think the proper storyline is to build an entourage with Jade where she does this, oh, I beat your ass, and she thinks, and she's talking shit, and then somehow they just have her back, right? Like it kind of be like, ha, we pulled the wool over your eyes. We've been a fucking team this whole time because you don't have Bianca and you don't have Naomi, and
Mm-hmm.
Jade's story was supposed to go between them two and them three,
Mm-hmm.
but you lost Naomi to a pregnancy and you lost Bianca to an injury, who's still out, who might be out till SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing is you fucking pivot and you got to give her two other people. I think because Rhea Ripley is truly the stronger competitor, has more ring experience, and has fought those wars with better competitors. If you don't give Jade some kind of backing or out with some people causing or fucking doing some mischiefs, that you're gonna expose her for being a shitty wrestler, and then you spent all this money to build her up. It's hard. It's hard. It's a catch 22 on this one.
Triple H, since he's been in power, loves trios. True or false?
True.
Every faction, for the most part, that has been a part of anything under the Triple H era, our or are uh, trios. True or false?
True.
So why, rhetorical question, in the fuck have they not made 6-man tag belts or trios belts?
They don't have time on the shows. Let's be realistic. They barely have time to showcase the tag team belts. That's the tough part.
So make a trios belt that will get a little bit of time.
But the tag team already don't get any time.
Put the tags on Raw. Put
This
the trios on SmackDown.
I was gonna say the only way it works is they get rid of a tag
Separate
team
them.
belt. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only way. That's the only way it
Put the
works.
tag
Yeah,
team.
absolutely.
Put the tag teams where you have your tag teams. Put the trios on another one that's going to get just a little bit of light because it makes no sense for a trio to have two holding a belt and the other one just standing there. I'm going to get my own belt one day. Don't worry. No. Yeah, the only way that worked was Judgment Day holding the fucking belts, and even then it was kind of weird because I have to have a fucking belt for another company just to look relevant because everyone else has belts.
They did a
No.
free bird rule there, like the New
Yes,
Day did the
no,
free bird
fucking
rule.
fuck the Freebirds, fuck Michael Hayes, fucking fire his ass already. His old ass don't even fucking be there anymore. If anything, give us some trios belts that we'll get some. That's just a fucking money pool, dude. Because
What show would have it?
SmackDown,
3 hours.
yes,
Yeah, I'm okay
tag
with
team
that.
on Raw,
Is there
tag team on
enough?
Raw.
Is there enough trios in SmackDown outside of the Wyatt Six? Well, I guess the MFTs, Wyatt Six. I guess you can throw someone with the Street Profits or fucking Motor City Machine Guns. Maybe add someone to them. You got the Grand
Gargano.
Americano, the Grand Americano little crew. You know what? I'm for it. Let's petition that. How about that? It doesn't happen often, but sometimes Fern has a good idea here and there. Oh, don't start that shit. Don't even say the word on here, smart guy. Don't do it. I want to edit this out.
That's okay,
I
but
don't
we do
want.
have to talk about it before we go because if you're not already aware, Monday Night Raw is in San Antonio, Texas, our hometown, and it's 316 day. What
What?
does 316 mean to you? Stone
What?
Cold Steve Austin, baby. Drink them up like you
What?
got them. Supposedly, and it's in
What?
talks right now. Suppose on the sheets, the dirt sheets are going fucking wild. That he may make an appearance here in town
What?
for that fucking Raw because they're gonna make a big deal about it.
One
They're
beer,
not gonna do a St. Patty's Day
two
thing unless they
beers,
do something themed for NXT
three beers,
because
a shot
NXT is
of
on
whiskey.
317. But 316 belongs to the man himself, Stone Cold Steve
What?
Austin. So I'm excited
What?
to see what they're going to push for that, how he's going to play in any storylines, and if this will also open a door for him for WrestleMania because it's been a while since we've seen him at Mania. You know,
I would. Man, that makes me want to have to go to fucking Raw to see if there's any Stone Cold merch, special
I
merch.
can tell you right now that they do have some special merch. Shout out to my family, Cassandra and Make a Wish Kid Draven. They are out in they are still in Seattle right now, and they were at last night's Monday Night Raw, and there is a new Stone Cold shirt that they have out there right now.
Yeah.
Uh, it's an updated Fuck Fear shirt. Fuck Fear, drink beer.
Yeah. Fuck fear.
Fuck Fear, drink beer. So yes, it's an update. It's cleaner looking. It's nice. It's in bigger letters. Uh, and that was at the merch stand. So there's a good possibility that we're gonna see maybe a couple more shirts, or maybe even
What?
they bring the retro 316 shirts out because of it being
What?
316 day. I'm still mad that I didn't get that damn ESPN
What?
shirt. I'm still gonna fucking get it. I'm still finding a way to get that damn shirt.
What?
ESPN 316. Stone Cold just sold out your ass.
What?
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 Oh, I've been
So,
pushing this button this nonstop.
oh, you've been doing the what?
Yeah.
What?
In
What?
between everything you're saying.
What?
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 But
I'm very excited to see how they're gonna intertwine that going on. I would love to see a backstage segment between Stone Cold and Roman Reigns just for funsies, or even Stone Cold and Punk.
I think Stone Cold and Punk because that was the
No,
rumor that was a rumored fucking match a couple of years ago. So
that was supposed to happen before he retired, but it never happened.
yeah,
That was
and
supposed
it
to happen.
and it came up right before Punk made his way back when he was just in limbo and no one knew what was happening. They thought, oh, maybe Stone Cold's gonna fight CM Punk, and it ended up being
Yeah,
Kevin Owens because well, Kevin Owens is just a better wrestler at the end of the
yeah.
day, really. So it worked itself out for Kevin Owens, but now that Punk's in the company,
Stone Cold says he's got one more match in him.
I heard that too.
Hmm.
I heard that too, but we all we have to do is just wait and find out because there are so many matches we haven't even begun to scratch the surface, and the closer we get to WrestleMania 42, the more we will have these conversations. We're already running the hour mark on this one, so what?
What?
But all you can do outside is continue to watch the wrestling, continue to fucking keep your eyes peeled, look on the sheets, look online, watch the product, but you gotta stay tuned for more stories, more violence.
And do not forget, we are the podcast that hits back, brother. What? What?
Woo!
What?